Hello, dear Libra. I am Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your October 2021 horoscope. And you are the favored one this month. Happy birthday. Some of you are early Libras, so you've already started celebrating in the month of September. And you also know that Mercury, if you're following astrology in any way, shape, or form, Mercury is in your sign and it's retrograde. So that means that I'm placing this with the sun on the first house. So if your sun, moon, or rising sign is in Libra, you're feeling the effects of the Mercury retrograde. And most likely, I would say more than most. And so what this can indicate for you is that there's a lot of internal dialogue that is probably happening, some previous relationship dynamics that you are looking at as far as like, what did I do that may have caused this relationship to break down? Or what have I done or need to do in order to strengthen the relationship or to draw to me the relationship? How do people need to see me? And that's what this first house is about. It's how you want others to see you when you show up in a room, when you show up to a project, when you show up at work, whatever it might be. This is how you want people to see you. And right now, it's most likely that you're thinking really internally about, I want people to think about my values when they see me. I want them to look at me as somebody who is light and fun and airy and sociable and intelligent and, all these wonderful things, but it's more internalized right now of like, how can I make that happen? And also you may be looking at the people that you partner with. Are they a reflection of what you value? Are they a reflection of you? Do they bring out the best in you? So this may have you really mulling over, like, who do I resonate with? And I would also say that people from your past that maybe you didn't make a good first impression. So this could be for some of you Libras who are looking for a new job, or maybe there was a dating situation that you're like, yeah, okay, that didn't go very well. I'll probably never hear from them again, that they're going to come back. That's what retrogrades often do. Mercury will bring communication from the past back. So you have a second chance. And I would say, too, we have a new moon in your sign on October 6th. And so this is also going to be canoodling with Mars, offering you the opportunity to have that drive and that passion to kind of push through some of the internal stuff and really allow yourself to speak truth, or maybe to listen to truth in a way that you wouldn't normally. You're going to want to get things done around this new moon time. So it may just be more like you want to make a decision. Now, I know Mercury retrogrades are not great for making major decisions, and that's true, especially if they're new decisions, but what it can do is help you make major decisions for putting the past behind you and completing things. And Mars is going to give you that extra oomph. Mars has been sitting in your sign for a couple of weeks, so you're getting used to that energy anyways. And so this also may bring some of you Libras a chance, something to celebrate, a chance to be able to say, look at me, look how I shine, look how I overcame this adversity because I did my internal work, because maybe there was some things happening quietly behind the scenes that now I can present to the world and say, look at the way in which I can show up fully for whatever the situation is and maybe claim victory. The other thing is Venus moves into Sagittarius, and that's on October 7th, so right at this new moon, as well as Pluto moving direct. So I feel like there's this extra oomph of energy that gets injected into your persona, and you'll be able to communicate it. Some of you may have had your voice suppressed. You may have found as though some of the deals you've been trying to make or conversations you're trying to have with others, they're just not getting it. Or maybe it just wasn't the right time and you weren't getting some of the information you needed. And then suddenly there's this information. Pluto here brings something out of the blue. A secret maybe gets revealed. Excuse me. And with Venus and Sagittarius, it can give you a sense of lightness. It can give you a sense of, hey, yay, now I can expand the mind. I can expand the way I learn. I can expand the way that I explore my horizons, and now I get to share it. Maybe there's this new inspiration about learning something, and that helps you, bolster the way in which others get impressed by you. It's a great time to have your interviews. If you're looking for a new job, it's a great time for you to work on some writing projects or a speaking presentation, and really spending a little time, with some of the details and spending time practicing and that sort of thing, because towards the end of the month, when Mercury stations direct, as well as we've got Saturn going direct and we've got Jupiter going direct, you're going to have lots of added lots of added emphasis on being able to share your ideas or what you've learned, and you'll be able to do it in a way that has a sense of playfulness to it, especially with Sagittarius here, and it's going to make a wonderful sextile to your sun, moon, or rising sign. It should give you something that you can really just celebrate and enjoy. If you're single, this is a great time for you to communicate. What do you need in order to feel really at home in relationship? What do you need in order to feel really good or attract to you the things that let you be a good dating person? Or maybe you have started dating and this is a chance for you to go, you know what, I just want to share with you what I ultimately feel, what I've learned from my past, because your fourth house is being active with Pluto moving direct. And you know what, now I can actually maybe move in together. There's some of that going on. If you're a coupled Libra, this can give you something that you and your partner get to finally feel like you're free at home, and that you can be together in this very carefree kind of way that allows you just to enjoy life. Now, I will say that Venus in Sagittarius could also bring up some extra spending expenses, because maybe you want to throw a party at your house and you want to connect with your local community. That's all third and fourth house there. And so what does that require? It requires, parties, and it requires buying food and decorations and things like that. And so, especially because it's birthday time, right? So Libra, just do keep in mind that the expenses may go up, but I feel that with Saturn moving direct October 11th, you'll also see the fruits of all your labor paying off, and that you don't make money just to sit on it. You might as well enjoy it. And what you're going to be building over time, it allows you to have a little bit more resolution, a little bit more long-term results, and give you greater pleasure, because Saturn has been sitting in your fifth house retrograding and basically forcing you to play by somebody else's rules. Now with Saturn moving direct on October 11th, you get to play by your rules. I see a sense of freedom and expansion that happens for you over time, and that time then becomes a friend versus a foe. So some of you Libras may have felt imprisoned by this whole concept of time and being forced to surrender to things that you can't control. That's the Pluto retrograde as well. And now you get to finally move forward, and you get to take the past experiences and create new realities that go in your favor, give you greater pleasure. If there's any sort of playfulness that has left you, now it can come back. We also have, like I mentioned, Mercury will station and go direct on October 18th. At the same time, Jupiter stations direct and trines Mars. And so this is going to give you a wonderful opportunity in your first and fifth house to be courageous, to have fun, to actually maybe even plan on getting away with a beloved, with a friend, with your animal, whatever it might be, a child. If there's some children's stuff that has been happening, that's all fifth house. This gives you a chance to be able to celebrate, to get out, and to just do something that brings you great joy, and to communicate it in a way that others understand, as well as you kind of throw caution to the wind and go, you know what, any fears that I may have had, now I can let go, and I can actually go and enjoy life. I sense some of you Libras who've been through some real heartache or some struggles, you have a chance to finally heal that, and you have a chance to finally really have that faith and hope and optimism that Jupiter provides, and Mars will fuel that hope and that optimism for you. So if you're looking at it from a relationship standpoint, and if you're dating or you're wanting to date, you'll have greater hope and positivity in meeting somebody during this time. And if you are partnered with someone, that you and your partner can believe that your relationship can work and that you guys can have fun. I even see some of you Libras going on a long distance trip. That will be fabulous. Settlements and legal issues are going to be settled around this time during the month of October. We have a full moon in Aries opposite your sign on the 20th. This is your 1st and 7th house. This is where I feel you get to let go of all those ideas you may have held on to. This is me and who I am and this independence and relationship. And you really give yourself permission to have intradependence in relationship. This also has a great emphasis on loving yourself so much that if you're single, you attract to you the person who reflects all that self-love. And if you are partnered and you are loving yourselves and you're giving to yourselves, that this is a chance for you to let go of any past heartaches, any past struggles, and just enjoy life together. There's a conflict between the head and the heart that's indicated here with an Aries full moon. And so some of you may be struggling with, can I truly step into this new reality? My head tells me if I check off these boxes, I can, but my heart says I need to just really heal and really do that radical self-love and self-acceptance. The other thing I would say is this can give you the courage to speak up and speak out and to be an individual, but know that you have the courage, the capability, and the strength because of the relationships that give you the foundation. This is a good indication that some of you Libras who have been in a relationship that no longer serves you, it's time for it to go. Because if you have been the peacemaker, if you have been the accommodator, if you've been the one sacrificing what you ultimately want, and then you wake up and go, I'm not happy. This is the full moon where you're like, I'm not happy, I'm out of here. And trying to do it in a way that is compassionate and kind is the key here. We have the sun moving into Scorpio on the 23rd. That's going to energize your 2nd house. And then Mars follows a week later. So there's going to be an emphasis on your income, on your values, on your physical possessions. Some of you may end up saying, you know what, I'm going to reinvent the way in which I earned an income. Some of you are going to start a new job, letting go of the past. And you're also going to find a deeper emotional bond to the work that you do and to maybe the attachment that you have to the items that you own, maybe the home that you live in, car that you drive, whatever it is that symbolizes or reflects the values or your self-worth. I would even say with Mars moving into Scorpio at the end of the month that your self-worth is going to be a major theme, and how that gets represented, whether it's through the work you do to earn income, or it's through the things that you buy or the people in which you bond with. And loyalty is key. And so what you're going to find is that you can go deeper into bonding with the things, the tangible things and people that mean the most to you, and those that have abandoned you through maybe a tough time or they just didn't show up. You're going to let that go. Now, I will say that this also has a great emphasis on adding a little bit more fight and force to what you are driven by, what you are passionate about. And if you try not to do the Libra thing where you go flippy floppy and you don't ever make a decision. This is one of those where make a decision and adjust along the way. And with the sun and Mars moving into Scorpio at the end of the month, it should give you a little extra boost for that. All right, you guys, I really hope that this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Find me at jamiedawn.com, and I look forward to talking with you. Have a great month, Libra.